Hello, I'm Clayton Burch, State Superintendent of Schools. As many of you know, we have focused a lot of time and a lot of effort on all 55 of our leaders across the state. 55 local superintendents that have navigated the pandemic the last 2 years, made sure that our children are fed, made sure that they've taken care of each and every one of our students and staff. Well, I am so excited because this month I get to focus on a dear, dear friend, Superintendent Jeff Bryant of Greenbrier County. Jeff, welcome.
Oh, it's great to be with you, State Superintendent Burch. Thank you for allowing me to be with you today.
Well, first and foremost, this is actually going to be a very special edition because we specifically targeted Greenbrier County and Superintendent Jeff Bryant because of your passion for the arts and what the arts means to you personally and what it means to the community of Greenbrier County. And on May 6th, we're going to be back in person for Arts Live for the state of West Virginia. So with all of that to kind of give a preview of our discussion with you, Superintendent Bryant, could you tell us maybe a little bit about, and just for the viewers, a little bit about Greenbrier County and a little context of Greenbrier County schools?
Oh, I'd be privileged to do that, State Superintendent Burch. Greenbrier County is a very diverse county, and the thing that has always attracted me to stay in Greenbrier County is the emphasis on arts, and that encompasses all styles of music, theater, visual art. It's really kind of a mecca, unbeknownst to a lot of people.
Well, I'll tell you, Greenbrier County is not only a beautiful place to visit, but we know that you have world-class schools there in Greenbrier County that you oversee, and a wonderful, wonderful staff. But let's jump right into it. So May 6th is Arts Alive, and in Greenbrier County, let's maybe start at the top and work our way down. Many folks may not know that the superintendent, yourself in Greenbrier County, you actually have quite an arts background yourself, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Bryant.
Well, I humbly say that I do have that, and that's what attracted me to Greenbrier County. I did my undergraduate work at Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts, and upon graduation, I took a job with Rapid University, teaching their jazz studies program. And after 2 years there, coincidentally enough, I was at the Greenbrier Resort performing for July 4th, and the editor of the local paper, Frank Spicer, asked me if I'd be interested in applying for the band director's position at Greenbrier High School. And to be honest, at that time, I didn't even realize there was a high school in Greenbrier County. I knew of the county from the Greenbrier, so I did apply. I was privileged to spend 16 years with the hardest working group of young people I've ever met, and they were highly successful, and they still continue that today. And then, I'm also really honored and fortunate enough to perform at the Greenbrier Resort. I've been doing that since I was a teenager, growing up in Salem, Virginia. So I am tied into the arts community as a performer and one who supports and appreciates what our youth do.
We know that this has a tremendous impact on the students, but I had the privilege of seeing your Greenbrier East band director at a recent academic showdown we held in Charleston. And the Greenbrier East band, some of them came down and performed. And as I watched this gentleman perform, it made me think about maybe we could ask you to talk a little bit about the power and the influence that our teachers of the arts have in our school systems.
That's a great point, Superintendent Burch. I'm not saying other teachers don't spend considerable time, but Mr. Alder, who was actually one of my former students in band, they spend just amazing amount of time with these students, all the way from summer practice to band camp, 24/7. So they develop a relationship that is unique, maybe to what other teachers have with their students.
Jeff, if there was one way for you to maybe think about, if you had to pitch or talk about our public schools throughout the state, we have some wonderful performing arts throughout the state. We have some wonderful bands and choirs and show choirs and performing visual arts. If you were to send a message or think about how to talk to parents about these possibilities and about these opportunities in our public school system, what would be your biggest message to the families of West Virginia?
My biggest message to the families of West Virginia, and again, I am not speaking in any way negatively about parents opportunity to make decisions how they want to educate their child. But in no other venue can a child excel in the arts as through public schools. Yes, I've seen some other situations where arts are offered in private or parochial schools, but not to the magnitude that West Virginia public schools can offer to our students.
Well, Jeff, I want to, on behalf of the West Virginia Board of Education, the Department of Education, I not only want to thank you for your great leadership in Greenbrier County and just being one of those 55 leaders we have in this state that have done what needs to be done. But I personally want to thank you for your advocacy for the arts and for the performing arts. And as you said, those teachers and those staff that you've been able to support, not only in Greenbrier County, but across the state, I think it's really important to acknowledge they have definitely been instrumental in the pandemic and keeping our children connected.
Yes, State Superintendent Burch, I concur 100%. And I say this with sincerity. Your leadership and the leadership of your team in Charleston is what makes the difference. Without your support and confidence in what takes place in these 55 counties, none of this would be possible.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Take care.
You too, sir.